Hello, hello, hello. This is Beyond the First Chapter with the C, the O, and the J, which is Carmen, myself, Olivia, and Jolanda. And Jolanda's not here today. It will just be me, C, and O, Carmen, and Olivia doing our thing today. And
All
how we
right.
are going to start is, of course, how was our week? How was your week, Carmen?
Week was kind of up and down. Um, Still last week I was dealing with the death of my godson and just making final things, when it comes to him and still dealing with grief with his brothers and sisters. So it's been up and down all week. But it did end it in the week did end pretty good, on a solemn note. Everybody is doing a little bit better. Um, and we just gonna move forward from there.
100%. Well, this week was started off as it's gonna be a regular week, and on Wednesday night, because I was so tired, I came home Wednesday night, fell asleep right after I woke up, went to go grab something to eat. My baby Nyla, she nipped at my ankle. Woke up at 1:30. My ankle was like this big. I could not, like, my foot was flexed this way. I could not
Uh,
move it this way at all. Couldn't put any pressure, nothing. So I was
Woo!
walking with my father-in-law's cane all through school that day. Thursday, I woke up. I could put pressure on it, but it was swollen around the ankle.
Mhm.
Uh, Friday, swollen around the ankle. No, Thursday I went to school and I was on the cane. Friday, swollen. I could put pressure on it. Yesterday, swollen. I put some pressure. I did pull the pressure back. And then today, I got on the vibration plate and tried to vibrate some of that liquid and the swelling away. So right now, I'm not gonna show you, but right now it's still got some some tenderness to it. So I don't know what
What,
happened. I
I
don't
was
know
about to say, do
how.
you know what happened?
Well, she nipped me. So she normally bites at my ankles, like if I'm not moving fast enough to get her food. So I have you'll see I have like little uh
Vampire bites.
marks, little scratches and stuff like that. But this time it just was inflamed. So I was like, I don't know. But I was like, I love my baby. I'm not gonna get rid of her. But I was like, girl, you on mommy's shit list today because mommy ankle. So I'm figuring that I'm gonna probably go see. Well, the doctor uh, gave me a cortisone shot, a hydrocortisone shot, which is some bullshit. That shit hurts like a Dickens, but the swelling, I still got to figure out how to get rid of that. So
Oh, I do
that's
have to
it.
know that my baby is home from school for a break. So yay.
Ooh,
We went and drove and picked her up yesterday morning and turned right back around and brought her back home.
oh, you didn't let her take the train like you originally thought?
Yeah, we didn't. We still good. I mean, she wasn't feeling comfortable yet. I was like, well, you gonna eventually do this at least once.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, we wouldn't got her this time.
Oh,
It's her first.
so you got to bring her back too?
Yes, yep. Next Sunday we got to drive her back.
Mm. That's
Yep.
a day just on the road.
It is. It is. I mean, we left here like 4 in the morning, like 5 in the morning, got to her at 9, turned right back around. We were home by 1 or 2. 1 or 2.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
Somewhere in there. Yep.
All right, so you guys, today we are featuring our Carmen, because we want to know about her gardening experience. Um, she started a garden this year and she started a raised bed one. So I want to know more about it because I've never done a raised bed. I've only done a regular, in the earth type one. So we are gonna really get to understand why Carmen went on this journey and what all of it is about. So, Carmen, are you ready?
Yeah, come
All right. So,
on.
what inspired you to start this garden in the first place?
Um, well, I for one, I said that when I purchased my own home, that I would definitely have um my own garden. And when we bought this house, there was a perfect little patch of land back there that would be perfect for a garden. So um that was my main thing, that I knew that I grew up with a garden, that I wanted to have one when I had a home.
Mhm.
It's like a dream come true.
All right. So, was gardening something that, well, of course, it's something that you grew up seeing. Um, did you help your parents with the gardening? What did you do
Oh yeah,
that
oh
made it
yeah.
stick so much in your
So my
brain?
dad, when the house I grew up in, with my parents, my dad had a huge garden, in the back of the garage. It went from one neighbor's gate to the other neighbor's gate, and that's pretty big. Um,
Hmm.
and every year he would tell us to come. Me, my sister that lived with me, and my older two sisters, we would come out and we would till the dirt and make the mount, make the rows and stuff for him so that he can, plant. And he would always say, "What do you want this year?" And he'll plant something that I wanted. I like strawberries, so he would plant the strawberries along the back of the garage, for me, along the dark, dank part.
Hmm.
And Carolyn likes Swiss chard, so he would plant that for her. And Christine like collard greens, and Ann just like mustard greens. So we had
Mm.
all of it. Yeah, so we had all of that, that he planted and more, because he planted a lot. Being from the deep south, his parents were sharecroppers, and so he planted was always something that we did. He did gardening was always something that they did. So kind of grew up in it. Yeah.
I love it because my grandma, and even till she passed away, she had a garden and she had plants and all of that stuff. So I love it. Um, what have you learned about yourself through gardening this year? What did you learn about yourself?
What I learned about myself was patience.
Hmm.
Because things don't, we're in an instant gratification age, and garden made you slow down, made you
Mhm.
think, and made you be patient to see what it is that you've done, if it will bear any fruit. So
Oh, yes.
so it was, yeah, that's the main thing. It taught me to slow down and be patient.
What was the challenge?
The
If that
challenge
was
was
what was good, what was your challenge?
the challenge was that I was trying to keep the stuff alive. I was trying to I did uh some seed I was making seedlings, and I got myself I really got into it. I got a little small greenhouse on my back, and got grow lights and warming plates and all this kind of stuff. And I was wondering why some seedlings were taking and some seedlings weren't. Um,
Hmm.
I was, trying to, and my husband got into it with me too. He bought those little pods that you could just put the seed in the pod and soak the pod, and then
Hmm.
grow out of that. You can have many seedlings from the little what do they call it? It went right out of my name. It's like moss,
Hmm.
green, like mossy, like spongy thing. I can't remember what
Hmm.
it's called. But yeah, those what I mean, those things like grew like crazy, but other stuff that I didn't do, the seedlings didn't take it out. So it was challenging trying to figure out exactly what I was doing.
So what made you do a raised bed versus the traditional that you did with your dad growing up?
um just after doing like research and everything, about the soil in Chicago, and and you where you
Mm.
are, I didn't particularly know if sowing directly in the ground was
Mm,
going to be the best thing. So, my wonderfully handy husband built me a raised bed, and it's about 10 feet by 6 feet.
hmm
Um, and he did a wonderful job. He made it where I can be able to get around it, and there's a little inlet part where I can get it on the sides in the middle of it. And if I wanted to sit with a chair and a drink in the middle of it, I could.
hmm
So he did a wonderful job of raising that one. It was more better to do it that way. So I did my research on raised beds and what I should do. I know my husband thought I was crazy when I was going out to the front and all around, raking up all the leaves and the fall debris. I did this before my growing season, and
Okay.
when he finished, when he finally built the raised beds, I had already had like 3, 4 bags of just refuge that twigs and leaves and all that time of stuff to kind of help start to build the bed up.
Okay.
Yeah.
So did you do that again for this next growing season? Have you already started prepping for next growing season?
Well, what I did, so for the beginning, so laying that refuge, I laid all of that out, and then we it took about 25 bags of raised bed soil. So we went to um Home Depot, and we got to yeah, it took 25 bags to fill up that to fill the raised bed up, and I think my the bed is about 3 feet tall, and it still didn't get to the top of that.
Wow.
Yeah, it didn't get to the top of it. So sorry, 1 second. um and but it was tall enough for me to be able to plant, you know what I mean, and everything. It was still good for that.
hmm
So then I planted within that, and that was pretty interesting, because well, I'll get to the do's and don'ts in a minute. What I learned. But for like so when I finished this growing season and I raked it up, I raked all of the plants that didn't take, and stuff
Okay.
that we did not pull up. I raked all of
hmm
that out and I pulled all of that out, and then I put down a layer of straw over the top of it so that it protects the soil, and
hmm
so it can retain its nutrients throughout the winter season.
hmm
Because again, you got to learn the zone that you're
hmm
in order to, what I mean, sometimes the frost in our zone can be detrimental to the soil and not, what I
hmm
mean, but and sometimes sometimes it won't, what I mean, it all depends, but it's good to try to put the bed, the garden to bed if you're not going to have a fall growing season.
Okay. So you said something about zone. What zone are we in?
So we're in zone 6A, 6A.
hmm
And because we don't have many months of direct sunlight,
Okay.
and then it's also good. I didn't do it this season, but beginning, but I think I'm going to do it anyway. I'm still going to do a soil test, and soil
Okay.
test is not as as you know intricate as it sounds. You can go to any nursery or Home Depot, wherever they have a nursery, and they can give you soil kits that probably range between like $7 to $20, depending on how
Okay.
intricate you want the test to be. And you can test the soil, and uh, it'll give you more information about whether your soil is good for planting some types of vegetables. So so it's really good to know.
Okay.
But I am going to continue to make a couple of more beds. Well, one raised bed and then one um three layer tiered bucket gardens, and I'm going to
Yeah.
grow stuff from buckets. So yeah, so my husband is all game to make me as many gardening little things because that means he can break out his tools and saw and and get out there too. But he's very good at helping me with the garden, period.
So, with that, and you were saying trying out new things, what did you harvest this year? What were some of
Oh
the things that you harvested?
my. So I got the most, let me tell you what I did harvest. Okay, so tomatoes,
Hmm.
peppers, pole beans, um, cabbage, uh potatoes, um, some strawberries, uh what else? Did I say cabbage? Collard greens?
Hmm.
Collard greens. Um and a few okra.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I
Now,
planted a whole lot. And that's one of the don'ts.
okay. So before we get into that, so out of all of that you harvested, what did you do with it? Did you do a lot of cooking with it? Did you can it? Did you freeze it? What did you do?
So I forgot I got lettuce, different types of lettuce
Okay.
and eggplant.
Ooh.
Yes. So my favorite thing that I did harvest was the eggplant.
Yeah.
That eggplant was so delicious, and I didn't do much to it. Sauteed it
Uh,
with some olive oil and some salt and pepper, and that was
hmm.
it. It was so good. But most of the other things that I harvest, I did put up. I all of my cabbage and collard greens I put away. The tomatoes and peppers we everybody ate, and then I ended up um giving some stuff away. Uh,
Okay.
yep, I did give some stuff away because you don't want it to sit and go bad. And then
Yeah.
we had all those chocolate cherry tomatoes, which were
Okay.
chocolate heirloom tomatoes that were
Hmm.
very sweet and good. And I take a salad almost every other day for work for lunch. So yeah, I
Hmm.
did. I would ate those up.
All right. So I know your husband was involved. How were your kids? Were they involved in it? Did they like it?
But
What did
yeah,
they,
my daughter is not so outdoorsy, as it is. She would come out and be like, "Are there any of my strawberries?" Because she's like me. Are there any more strawberries left in there? I was like, if you look for it, then maybe you'll find them. So I would make her come out for that. But my son was just into it as much as my husband is with me. He would come out and he helped my husband construct the raised bed, and if I needed, when I was planting, he came out and he direct sold the plants, or the seedlings. So he was out there with me most of the time.
well, I love that because sometimes my kids when they were younger, when I had my full garden, they were just waiting for the stuff to come so they could eat. They
Right,
they were
exactly. They
not
went out there
they
with you.
were not worried about anything else but what can we eat? What can
Right.
we
No.
eat?
Yeah.
So I know you were talking about you have some don'ts. What are your top do's and top don'ts for garden for
Okay.
a one-on-one, like a person who just started?
Okay. Top dues is always do your research. Try to figure
Okay.
out what's best for you. If you are someone that can do some buckets out back, or you can do or you can do a small raised bed or a bigger raised bed like mine was. Um, you just got to figure out. So it's easier for you to figure out earlier whether you can do this or not because it does
Okay.
take time,
Mm,
and it takes your attention too. So
mm.
if you're not uh affording any time toward gardening, don't do it because all you're gonna have is a bunch of dead plants and flies and gnats and stuff.
Mm.
So don't do it unless you definitely have the time, and then do the research on whether outdoor planting in your area, know the dates um,
Okay.
for planting, know and know whether some plants are good for direct sowing in the ground, or you can make seedlings of them. So those are my top do's.
Okay. What are your
Um,
don'ts?
my don't is don't plant too many things in the beginning. I
Okay.
thought that I could do like my dad's garden. You know what I'm saying? I
Hmm.
was out there going for broke because I wanted to be CJ Johnson. Uh, and I choked out a lot of the plants that I had
Mm.
because I was like, I didn't know that I needed to prune as much. Some plants needed pruning, and I didn't do that. Weed some things back. Some things just didn't need to be next to each other because they choke each other out.
Um,
I didn't know that. And
okay.
again, I planted too much. I didn't realize I didn't need to plant like, so I made a row and say uh I made the row and I just put seeds all the way down the row like that,
Okay.
instead of if it was a direct sow, and instead of going put one seed 6 inches, put another seed 6 inches, put another seed
Oh,
like that,
okay.
that's why, to give it room,
Hmm.
and so for and me to be able to prune it back if necessary.
Okay.
So that's one thing. um I didn't stake up my cucumbers, and the cucumbers grew from one side of the bed
That's,
clear across the
yep.
other side of the bed. Okay.
Yep.
And I didn't get elongated um cucumbers. They were flat,
Hmm.
like they look like this. They look like
Little
they were,
pumpkins.
yeah, exactly. They look like a little tiny pumpkin. You know what I'm saying? So I didn't do that. So that was a no. And then um I did like this, I think it's called mucilix.
Mm.
This is mucilix lettuce. So you get all different types of lettuce in the thing.
Okay.
And yeah, that went wild. That went wild. Um and then I was planning some stuff. I didn't know what I was doing. Like I planted bok choy.
I love bok choy.
I know, but it didn't take right. Before I know it, it had gone to seed. You know what I'm saying? I didn't
Oh,
realize,
geez.
yeah, that I mean, I'm watching it grow up, and then it grew this beautiful yellow flowering plant at the top of it. And then I was like, let me go see what this plant is about. And they was like, yeah, it's overdone if you see those flowers. I was like, the whole darn thing has these flowers on it. And it's like, okay, if you probably planted them too early. So again, a big don't is don't plant too much, but please know when your planting season is. If it's supposed to be planted in March, plant it in March. If you're supposed to
Hmm.
harvest it in 30 days, harvest it in 30 days. You know what I'm saying? Is don't let it keep on, going. And so yeah, so my bok choy, I didn't get anything out of it. That was not, and I did really, and I shouldn't have planted the bok choy near the Swiss chard.
Mm.
They choked each other out.
Wow.
So,
Didn't know that.
mhm. So
So, with that, did you have any animals or friendly little critters that wanted to eat all your food? Or
I
how did
didn't.
you deal with bugs and all of that stuff?
So the mosquitoes out there were horrible. Do you hear me? When I say that I would go out there and come back in looking like a leper. I would, because I was covered in mosquito bites. So I started spraying my stuff down with mosquito spray before I went out in the garden so that I could at least save some of me
Hmm.
from getting bit up. But honestly, I did not have any little creatures in my
Okay.
garden.
Okay.
Even though there were squirrels around and everything, they did not bother my garden. We got
Wow.
raccoons. We had no raccoons in our backyard, and I think maybe they had
Rabbits?
no rabbits. And I think that may have to be due to maybe it was a dog. You know, what I mean, we have a dog. I don't know,
Yeah. Okay.
but no, I didn't. Yeah, the bugs. Yeah, and then I had those cabbage worms that ate the
Hmm.
crap out of my collard greens. So
Hmm.
I had been trying every method that I knew how to to get those cabbage bugs away, but it was it was too late. So they munched good by the time I got something that really worked. They had munched a lot.
Hmm.
But I know what to do next time, and I know, I got a little formula for a spray that I can come out and spray the plants.
Hmm.
um, it is non-chemical, is organic, um, and it really works. Doesn't smell too
Okay.
good, but it works.
So, with all of that, what what feelings did it bring, maybe from the past or even new feelings brought out of you, like peace or joy? What was it?
It was my piece. It was the piece
Okay.
of going back there. My favorite thing was when I got home, I take off my shoes, put on my garden boots, and I would go out and just water my garden.
Hmm.
Just sitting there watering it, watching them, just watching it grow was just like so peaceful. And it took my mind away from, whatever stress that I had of the day. And I would just be, piddling in my garden. It was the most peaceful thing I could have. I loved it. Can't wait to do it
So,
again.
so if you can look back at that whole time, what's the biggest thing that you learned for you, yourself, your family, just in life?
Self sufficiency. Um, Knowing that my hands uh, are not idle, and that if I put my mind to it, these hands can produce anything that I need.
Hmm. Hmm.
And so, yeah, and then talking, having those conversations in the garden with my family, whoever comes out, and standing there and we talking about the garden, and then we end up talking about something else. It's just having those conversations, and then having me and my husband out there, we're toiling and eating fruit right off the vine, eating the tomatoes right off the vine, and he and I just being out there. It was peaceful, and it was nice. It was very nice.
Oh, that's good. So, one last thing. What's one thing you would tell a brand new gardener that they have to do, not just plan it out, but like the best part of gardening for them that you think would be useful?
um Start small and see what you can do. You know what I'm saying? If you're interested, do something. Maybe, you know what I mean? You can plant tomatoes in your indoor all year round. Get your little tomato
Mhm.
plant. Or if like peppers, get your little pepper plant. And and watch that grow. Um and know that it's the most peaceful thing that you do. Most, what I mean, it is uh and again, you're watching something just like your own children. You're watching something from
Mhm.
conception to full life, you know? And it if you don't have children, it teaches you how to nurture. You know what I mean? So uh just start small. Get you one plant, you know, and just nurture that, and see what you feel after that.
I love it. I love it. So, uh, do you have anything that other things that you would like to share
um
that I didn't ask about?
If you are interested and want to do your research, YouTube University, of course, you can go on there. They have uh, uh, a one Epic Gardening that is really good. I mean, when I tell you they break it down for you, and any planting, whatever it is that you want to do, Gardening is really good. And then there is Easy Garden, capital Z, Easy Gardening. Another one, because it's like having a book garden for dummies. That Easy Garden is a good one. And uh what's the last one? Jera's Garden. Jera's Garden. She's really good and really patient with you, and just shows you how to do a lot of things. And what else? Oh, this season I'm going to try something new.
Okay.
I'm going to try to germinate my own mushroom.
Ooh, I love mushrooms.
Yeah, and
Ooh.
I do too. I love mushroom. So I'm going to see how that, and I can do that. You can do that indoor too. That's something that you can do indoor as well. So yeah, I'm about to turn my back porch into another not only in my greenhouse, I got another little table back there. I'm gonna stack them up and start to see how I can do you could grow them in buckets.
Mm.
Yes. And if you ever want to epic gardening also shows you how to do to germinate mushrooms.
As she's talking, I'm typing down these things so that we can put them in the comments so that
Mhm.
you guys can go and look at that as a
Mhm.
resource.
Yep. Yep.
Well, thank you for sharing that. I'm so excited. And hopefully Carmen will send us some pictures that we can throw up into here so you can see her pictures of her garden
Oh,
before
absolutely.
and after.
Yes, absolutely. I have with you.
So for before and after, which is so good. So thank you so much, Carmen, for sharing your information. I actually am really excited because now uh, I am starting a indoor one with the water tower. But I was like, maybe I
Hydroponics is
will go
real
back
nice.
out. Yeah, I was like, maybe I will go back outside and start planting again. We have a lot of animals here, so
Oh yeah.
that's the reason I stopped because our rabbits. So I had to keep mums around my garden because our rabbits were like crazy. So,
Um, yeah, they got
and
other stuff like, other urine of others
yeah, I
animals.
didn't like that.
You tried that?
Yeah, I didn't like it because
There's
it
some other
stunk.
stuff. Yeah, it
It
do
stunk
stink. It
bad.
does stink. It does
So,
stink. It keeps them
yeah,
away.
it does. But I try to stay the natural, like the mums and like
Hmm.
some of the
Yeah,
peppermints,
peppermint.
those
Yep.
keep them away too. So,
Yeah.
but thank you so much for sharing
Oh, this was
and
fun to share.
welcome back to nature for all of you guys who have had a garden and want to go back to a garden, and welcome to nature for those of you who are now inspired to start a garden.
Right.
So, uh, Carmen, close us out like you always do.
All right. Thank you all for joining us for another episode of Beyond the First Chapter with the J-O and the C. But hey, you just got the O and the C today. But the J is
Oh, we
always
miss
with
you,
us.
Jay.
We missed you, babe. All right. Thanks for tuning in. Bye.
Bye.